Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to the Creative Escape. We went on a little hiatus, but we are back now. Me, myself, and I are back, and I'm so excited to get to see you today. So, let's see, when you pop on, say hello, make sure you comment lots, and your name will go into a draw for one of the cards that are shown or made today. Also, if you share this video, your name will be put in a separate draw for 4 of my cards. So, best of luck to you. Hi, Amy. Good morning. Welcome. Yes, I'm thrilled to be back here. So, yeah, I'm excited about today's project, and today's project definitely came from, not from me. I found it on Angie Judah's site, and so let me just show you the card list, or the supply list here. Over here, here we go. So you are going to need a card base, which is cardstock measured at 5.5 by 4.25. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. You'll need some designer series paper measuring at 4 by 5.25. Cardstock you'll need at 8 by 3.5, and then you'll fold that in half. Next, we need some coordinating designer series paper or cardstock, either or, measuring at 3.25 by 3.75. And this next layer is kind of optional, but you can have coordinating designer series paper or cardstock measuring at 3 by 3.5. You'll need some kind of light piece of paper if if number, let's see, 3 is a little bit darker. You'll need a light piece sort of to make as your insert so you can write on your card. And it would measure at 3.25 by 3.75. Then you'll need some kind of large shape for a bigger sentiment or some kind of focal piece cut out of some of your designer series paper or what have you. So get that ready. You'll need some sort of stamp set with a greeting, and of course coordinating ink and embellishments and ribbons and buttons and pearls. Oh my. So lots of fun to be had here. All right, I see lots popping on. Kathy, good morning. Thank you, Amy, for sharing. That's so kind. Hi, Karma. Thanks, Kathy, for sharing too. Are you making a buckle card? You know what? That might be the actual name of it. I don't know. I went back to try and find the instructions, and I couldn't find them. And so I just had to make up my own name for it. But if it is a buckle card, we are going to call it a buckle card. I'm just calling it a front flap card for now. But definitely tell me if this is the same as a buckle card. All right? Anyways, okay, so I guess I should show you some examples first, right? You guys always like seeing the examples. Buttons, buttons, buttons. Let's me not chop my head off. Let's go like that. There we go. Okay, so here's the first example. Like so. And I use the Mosaic Designer Series paper. So it has this little flap in the front here, like so. Nothing opens on the card base. You could, but this is where I was going to decided to kind of do some writing for sure. So here's what I was talking about. You need your kind of this bigger layer folded in half. You need kind of a layer of designer series paper or cardstock, or you could even emboss some cardstock with some embossing folders and put a pattern on there, and that would look pretty as well. You need kind of some kind of sentiment. Usually, don't have to. You could kind of leave it blank. And Of course, I cut out this beautiful rose and butterfly from that mosaic set, and that's kind of the focal point, right? And of course, those noble peacock rhinestones just kind of add some pizzazz. And just for the inside, of course, it was a little dark, so I thought I've made this flat card before, but it's not a buckle card. Okay, good. Perfect. But I'm going to have to look up the buckle card now, Amy. So I want to see what that is. And when you have designer series paper and you know how patterns just kind of cut off around the edges, cut it out and then add it to the insides of your card or onto your envelope. And it looks like it was kind of meant to be kind of just there. Just made Thanksgiving cards with this flap layout. Oh, nice. Sweet. All right, and then here's my little envelope. Just added a little bit of a strip there to add some pizzazz to the envelope. So that was my first one I tried. Then there was this one. And what's this paper? Woven Threads. I feel like I'm half asleep. I'm sorry. Monday mornings are tough. So yes, here's the flap, that purple posy, Woven Threads set, and had a little bit of silver thread there. Those ornate frames dies. Boy, I can't stop playing with them. They are fun. Yeah, if you didn't see Wednesday's live, you should go back and see, and it was all about these beautiful frames. It was a lot of fun to play with. So thanks so much. And of course, there's the stamp in Purple Posy, which we're all hoping comes out very soon. And here's my little piece that I added to the envelope. Just something simple. Now this one's going to my nieces, so don't show them. It'll be a little surprise. It's a little Halloween card. So I'm not a Halloween person, but I thought, okay, these spider webs aren't that scary. They're just, my nieces are young. So I thought, oh, this will be fun. But I used the pumpkins from the Gather Together set. And Trick or Treat came from Itty Bitty Greetings. But I don't know if you can tell, but what I did was, I did this when I was teaching grade 1 year, and we made a spider web, and I put glue, fine tip glue pen, over top of all of those spider webs. So now when you run your finger over it, it's kind of bumpy and it's got some texture to it, and it's definitely got some shine on that layer. So I think it's kind of fun. Little spider webs, woo, you can touch. So Trick or Treat, and of course I had to add some splatter just to make it a little more whimsy. And here is my envelope. So I stamped that little pumpkin patch and the spider web. So that was my next one. And lastly, I used the Pressed Petals paper and made this one. And this one I decided, okay, I'm not going to put the flap in the center. I'm just going to move it over just a tad and make it a little bit different. And I did that because there was this beautiful bouquet right here on the paper, and I didn't want to kind of cover that up. So that's why I ended up moving it. But oh, hello, Jermaine. Welcome. Thanks, Amy. Thanks for welcoming. And so another little one of these ornate frames. I had to cut that out and add a little piece, but isn't that cute? And this piece I just cut out of the designer series paper and glued it onto that wood grain side of the paper. Isn't that pretty? I think it's neat. And a little hello, and I just added a little strip there. And so those were my examples. So let's get making one now. Once again, I'm going to use that, I don't even know what the paper's called. I didn't really pay much attention. The Halloween paper. If you know, please shout it out. So here's the back side. Not my thing at all, but thankfully they have come out with some of these neat patterns on the back sides of some of the papers, so I can still use it even though I'm not a Halloween buff. So isn't that pretty? I've got my Cajun Craze card base, which is measured at 5.5 by 4.25. I have my next Designer Series paper layer, which is 5.25 by 4 inches. I have my flap, which I decided to do in Very Vanilla, which is measured at 3.5 by 8. So cut it across your 8.5 by 11 paper, Monster Bash. Yes, thank you. And just cut off 1/2 inch. That's all you have to do. You don't need your arm out and everything. Just cut off 1/2 inch. And then fold it in half, like so. I have a next layer here, which is 3.25 by shoot. Where's my trimmer? 3.25 by 3.75. Okay, so that's the next layer. Then I decided to go on with an extra layer there of that Designer Series paper, the Monster Bash paper. And this one's measured at 3 by 3.5. Then I cut out one of those ornate frames. I'm loving it, in Cajun Craze, and I thought I would add it on there. And of course, this is also from that Ornate Frames, which is in crushed curry, that I'm going to layer that over top. Then I ran through the dies from Gather Together and used one of those, used copper foil to make one of those leaves. Isn't that pretty with all those veins in it? And I thought, oh, that would look nice on there with whatever saying we decide to use. And then of course I cut just a little strip of 3/4 inch by 4, what I had left over on the bottom of this. And that's going to go on my envelope. So there are all the kind of dimensions. So let's start putting this card together. Of course, use whatever paper you have. That's what kind of the point of the Creative Escape is. I show you a layout idea or a different technique, and it's to get you using your own supplies. So use those up. Don't hoard. We want to bless somebody with these things, right? Okay, so next we're going to take that flat piece and just put some snail tape on one side of it and attach it to the center, or like I did on that other page, you could move it down, either or. There we go, just like so. I have my crushed curry layer, which we will add some snail tape. There we go. Now I'm just going to have a look. Just wondering if this should go this way or this way. I think this way. Doesn't really matter, but just kind of looking at the, out of tape. Let's grab another one. Just kind of looking at the pattern below, just so it doesn't kind of clash. These patterns could be totally different too, right? I mean, this pattern could be different from this pattern. Hi, Sandy. I may have to case this fold for my first class. Yes, it's simple, right? It's very simple. So here is our ornate shapes. You can use whatever shape you want. Circle, square, whatever you think. I wonder if we should put it down below. Should we do something a little different instead of the middle? Maybe let's do something a little different. Let's give it a try. What's the worst that'll happen? We make another card. And I thought, well, I was going to use wishing you well for the saying. I don't know. Let me get out my itty bitty greetings. Love that set because it has so many greetings and covers so many holidays and so many ideas. hope you're feeling better. I often need those cards. Congratulations goes a long way. It could be for a birthday, it could be for grad, it could be for a shower, wedding, all sorts of things. Showered with love for you is the same way. Celebrate, same way. Many reasons. The sayings I use most though with the business is definitely thank you cards and hello cards. So I think I'm going to use this one with gratitude. Let's go with that. I'll post a picture of your thanks. Yes, please. Yes. Oh, and you did that sweet too. Oh, nice. Oh, that's exciting. I look forward to that too. And yes, so Kathy's going to have a head start here. But one of the things we do with the Creative Escape is that I want you to give this technique, this idea a try with your products, your supplies that you have on hand, and post a picture of it here afterwards when the live is over, and your name will be entered into a draw to win a prize. And I encourage you to give these things a try because we learn from each other, right? This isn't my layout that I designed, but why reinvent the wheel? So I went out and found this. I thought it was pretty neat from Angie Judah, and away we go. So you saw my sort of examples, but there are so many different varieties I'm sure that could be made using this set. Now I'm wondering, should we use Cajun Craze? Should we use black? Should we use early espresso? Should we go wild and go like old olive or garden green? What do you think? Because it's a lot of orange and yellow, right? I don't know. I don't know if breaking it up with another color would be a little weird. Not sure. But you know, there are two sides to every paper. So let's go like this. I'm going to try with old olive. I'm going to stamp. Pretty light. Not sure. What about rich raspberry? Let's try that. Now where's my house is a disaster. It's moving week. Whoa. Whoopsie. Okay, let's try rich raspberry and see if it turns. These stamps are before cling mount, so they don't stick to the block so nicely. Okay, let's try. Ooh, rich raspberry could be fun. Oh, hi Martine. You think Cajun Craze? Just go with something that's already familiar. Let's give it a try. Let me wipe that off, the rich raspberry. Let's try a Cajun Craze. So orange, it's hard to see now. I don't know. I kind of like the rich raspberry, but it definitely matches. I like the darkness of rich raspberry. You know what? I'm gonna do rich raspberry, and I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna add it into the card a little more. We'll go with that. Okay? Let's give it a try. Ooh. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to flip this over now that we've made our big decision. I've made the decision for us. Okay, with gratitude. Now I want to put it in the right hand side because I know I'm going to put that copper foiled leaf off to the left side. Okay, now here's what I'm thinking about. What about if we did some rich raspberry splatter? What do you think? Oh, we had more Cajun Crazes. Oh, Oh, I feel, I feel like I did it wrong. Okay, I'm gonna add some splatter to add some of that rich raspberry in there. And while I'm at it, I'm going to add it to the envelope as well. So I'm just taking one of my Stampin' Blends and just flicking the end. I don't know if you saw that. It was just flicking. I need to go down a little. Let's go like that. Okay. Let's set that off to the side. I'm going to clean this off so we don't get rich raspberry everywhere. Okay. So now I think I want to kind of lift that up, and I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back. Hi, Sonia. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Okay, and that just layers so nicely over top like so. Let's get out our copper leaf here. Ooh, pretty. I'm just going to use snail. I'm not gonna pop that layer up as well. I think once is good. And then let's go with, wasn't sure what I was going to do here. So I think I'm going to put, the dog is snoring. These are one of the faceted gems, and I colored it with rich raspberry. Now we have to make a big decision. There, there. Kind of thinking there. Give it the triangle. Let's go like that. What do you think? Hi, Barbara. I don't know. What do you think? Are you okay that I did rich with raspberry, everyone? Are you wishing I had it done Cajun craze? I wonder what else we could add to, of rich raspberry. We can color it. Let's just color. I'm just playing now. Playing's good, right? You like it? Oh, good. That's a new kind of snore. It's almost too dark here. Maybe if I had the lighter version of the Stampin' Blend. This polka dotted tulle is great for, yeah, it's better. Okay, let me cut off this little section. By the way, this polka dotted tulle, but in the very vanilla version, is in the clearance rack right now. Love this ribbon. Goes on so many things. And you can flip it over and give it a color too. Okay. And I'm just going to snip that off. I'm going to actually just fold it in between, put it in between my paper and just kind of give it a pull. That way if there's any excess, ink, it is not going to get all over our card. Because that would not be good. There, that looks good. Okay, what I'm going to do is tuck it under this layer. Now I've put away my dental floss, so that would normally be my go-to if I need to get something off that I've already put down, but let's just take your pick tool and kind of shimmy it underneath there. You don't need much. Just put a little bit of glue back there. Tuck this under, back under there. that. I'm going to get a glue dot. Gotta love when I do things that I'm not planned. It's perfect. Did you get my order I sent you? Yes, I did, and I have to tell you something about one of the items. But yes, thank you, Barbara. I love it. You changed my mind on the rich raspberry. Wow for the turnout on the ribbon. Isn't that neat? Okay, and I think I'm gonna just angle this ribbon. Yeah, use your supplies in multiple ways, right? So get the most bang for your buck. What do you think? It just adds a little, kind of almost of the antique vibe, just by adding that little piece there. Kind of ties it in all together better. I like it. I like it now. So of course you could stamp something in here. Now we have a leaf on the front. I should have done this in the beginning. Of course, but now that we've just gone on a total tangent, let's just keep going with it. So I'm going to get a scrap piece of paper. This is from the Come Together stamp set. Let me grab a bigger block for this leaf. I think I'm going to do it in Cajun Craze. And then we'll add in our rich raspberry blobs. Okay, here we go. Oh, I probably should have one there. Just hang on. Hang on. I had my little there we go, Post-it notes out here this morning, and I didn't think I put them back. So you can use a Post-it. You can use a scrap piece of paper, whatever, just to kind of tuck it so that it doesn't get onto this portion. Gotta love when a woman changes her mind. Okay, here we go. Cajun Craze leaf in the corner. Like so. And then there is this neat kind of speckled look. Let's do that in our rich raspberry, or I just suppose you could do it in the crushed curry, but I think there's enough crushed curry. That's what I'm telling myself. Need another block. Ooh, I don't think that one's gonna fit. It'll fit. We'll make it fit. We just want some little dots. To kind of add some whimsy. You can re-stamp without re-inking, and that'll make it lighter. There we go. So now we haven't got it on the paper, and it just adds a little something. Woo! There we go. Cute. So the envelope now, I almost think, let's stamp that same leaf stamp. Just kind of needs it, right? In our Cajun Craze. Let's tie it all together. Oop, that's all right. Let's just go over top. One over top there, and maybe a lighter one over here. There we go. You know what we could do? Let's go like this. Let's color it in a little. Let's get our blender pen out. Oh, I've got lots here. So you just squish your ink pad together, and then that gives you some. Oh, we could add Wink and Stella. That would make it nice and shiny. Okay, I'm just going to color in this first top leaf so that there's a little more definition between what's underneath and what's on top. So how was everyone's weekend? Did you get caught up on work, or did you have a rest? What do you like to use your weekends for? My good friend Lori is from Manitoba, so we got to do some sightseeing, and that was lots of fun. And so she's bumming around town today with her husband while Kevin and I get to work. So there, hopefully that makes sense now. See, you can see that leaf that was stamped over top of that leaf now, just by coloring it in. It gives it a little extra dimension. And I did have this piece cut out to put on the envelope. We could add it over top. We could add it on our flap. We could add it down here. Almost think it's kind of fun there. But I think let's go with a ribbon cut on each end. Maybe one, we'll try one end first. Let's go like this. Check it out. Let's go with both ends and do it on the back. So when you're making a ribbon cut, to make it even, cut straight up the center, then from the end to the inside, and I like to flip it, whoops, and from the edge to the inside there. That makes it perfectly even. Yeah, let's add that on there. There's already enough going on the front. Just a little something. Like so. We could stamp something over top of that, like with thanks or something, but I think we're just gonna leave it. Less is more, right? As I keep adding. So what do you think? Pretty neat, hey? Simple layout. Easy peasy. So if you, once again, if you give this layout a try, please post your pictures, and that will give us more ideas. And it's just fun to see everybody's projects. Everybody's creativity is different, and everybody kind of has a style. And so it's kind of fun, right? And it's a chance to win a prize. So let's see those projects coming. Next class will be not this Wednesday because it is moving week for me, and I am scatterbrained. I can't do it. So I won't be here on Wednesday evening live, but I will have a video for you from a replay from a different video. And, or you know what I could do? I got a bunch of swaps that arrived last week, and so maybe that's what I should do. We can have a sharing of the swaps, because then I don't have to prepare anything, but we can just kind of have a look at them together. Maybe we'll do that. So I will see you here then, Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So, hi Julie, no worries, there's always the replay. So hope to see you then on Wednesday. Have a crafty week.